And buy you a bottle of that, Jet. And then on the back of it is the recipe, fantasy fudge.
Well, I thought it was like a secret family recipe we were going to learn here.
And depending on how many people she's planning, I only probably do 50 pounds of it each year. And well, I actually helped Mother do it when I was with her. How long have we been married?
28 years, going on 29.
I'd say 30 years I've been doing it.
Okay.
But Mother never made as much as I do. I just use evaporated milk. It's about 15 ounces. The recipe, I think, calls for about 12, but I always put about 15. Makes it a little more creamy. And then I start putting the butter in so it'll melt. I just use my fingers, and people probably don't like that, but I figure it's got to boil. 2 cubes of butter. And the recipe calls for chopped nuts. I just take and break them up with my hand. It's easier and quicker.
I get the dirty job. I get to take the marshmallow cream out of there, and it's sticky, so it's hard to get out.
Part.
I know. Did you grease your pan already?
About a medium heat. You don't want it too hot. And when that butter gets melted, then I start adding the sugar. 6 cups of sugar. Once you get all the sugar melted into it, and you have to bring it to a rolling boil. And once you get there, I cook it for 7.5 minutes. And that'll be a minute or so before that gets to a rolling boil. You can see how that little white stuff gathers around you, it boils, the bubbles start to come around the edges. It'll be there in just a minute or two. In fact, it's almost there.
You can start with. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You make candy?
I set the timer at 7.5 minutes. You have to stir it constantly or it burns. Yeah, it's just about time. And then later on, then I just, when the time's up, I turn the heat off and I put the dark chocolate in first, and then I put the milk chocolate in after. And that's 24 ounces, because there's 12 ounces in each sack. And then there's about 2 teaspoons of vanilla, dear? And then one of those bottles of marshmallow. You don't have to put nuts in. only get about 5 bars out of the pan. There are 2 batches with mint chocolate chips, and then put mint in it with it, little mint flavoring. But you can just do, you can do a lot of things to it. You can probably put some orange flavoring or something like that into it if you wanted. You get it all.
He cuts 5 in that pan over there, and then he dumps it out and bangs it on a breadboard.
We'll make about 10 batches, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I grew up with oranges in California. My mom and my aunt used to go pick them at an orange grove, and so we always had oranges. And then when I moved to Utah, then in the month of December, I would always buy a box of oranges, and we would juice them all month long. So we'd have fresh orange juice for the month of December. And then you can't get them as much, after that. So it's just nice, and it's healthy, and it makes you feel good. So that's about it. The man that had the grove that they went to pick oranges was selling his property the last year. They did it for years, but the last year he said, you can have all the oranges you want because they're going to take all the trees out. And so my mom and my aunt went, then I don't know who else, but they went and they picked tons of oranges. We bagged them up, and us kids went around selling them to, people in our town. So it was fun. Everybody loved it. So yeah, it was a fun thing. So I remember doing that. But anyhow, yeah, memories, fun memories.